Hey there, I'm author Sarah A. Chrisman, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Victorian language and sentiment of gemstones. The Victorian language of flowers pops up in my Tales of Chetzemoka series from time to time, and I made a video about flowers and their meanings back in 2023. It's slightly less well known that in addition to their language of flowers, the Victorians also had an entire language and sentiment of gemstones. This symbolism added a deeper layer of meaning to gems that were given as gifts, and especially to jewelry chosen as engagement presents. Understanding the language of gems can be a wonderful way to open windows into the past. Whether you're reading a story about the period where stones are exchanged, researching the possessions of an ancestor, or shopping for a meaningful gift, understanding the Victorian language of gems will give you a much deeper and more nuanced appreciation for the messages which can be conveyed by precious, semi-precious, and even relatively common stones. Let's start with some of those relatively common stones. Pyrite, also called fool's gold, signified welcome in the Victorian language of gemstones. It's too cheap a stone for jewelers to do much with it, but the next time you see an antique ornament made of or including pyrite, be aware that to its original owner it may have been more than just a knick-knack. This is slate, which signified anger or scorn. Upstairs in the attic, I've got a chalkboard made of a much thinner version of this. Now, if you've read Anne of Green Gables, which I sincerely hope you have, if you haven't, go out and get a copy right now. You'll remember the scene where Anne breaks her slate over Gilbert's head. Much thinner one than this. If she'd used this one, she probably would have killed him. But anyhow, slate, as I said, signifies anger or scorn. And if you think about it, she could just as easily have slapped Gilbert or thrown a pencil at him or hit him with a book, but she chose to use her slate, signifying anger and scorn. And when I found that out, I realized just what a good writer Maud Montgomery was, because she was using all of these depths of meaning, and I just love being able to spot little details like that. I think it makes stories ever so fun. They're fun to begin with, but it's even better when you can read them in detail like that. And so that's one of the really awesome things about being able to know these nuances and details. And definitely Lucy Maud Montgomery, her full name, would have been very familiar with that. It's very much her style. So I just love her books. And again, the language of gemstones will bring out these details in many stories for you. On the kinder, gentler end of the symbolism spectrum, in the Victorian language of gemstones, female friendship was represented by naturalite, a lustrous stone ranging in color from white to yellowish white to reddish brown. White marble signified humility, clouded marble meant be not vain, and red granite symbolized innocent love. Zircon signified respect. Folks inclined to attributing occult powers to gems thought that zircons had a hypnotic influence and induced visions. The same type of folks believed that topaz prevents melancholy. More generally, topaz represented faithfulness, friendship, and justice tempered with mercy. Moving up the scale to far more expensive gems, diamonds generally represented pride, although some sources say that diamonds represent virtue invincible. Emeralds represented happiness in love, faith, and freedom, and the concept of an emerald without flaw was proverbial for the idea of unattainable perfection. As a side note, it's worth mentioning that modern lab-created emeralds really are emeralds without flaws, so this Victorian symbol of unattainable perfection has now, in fact, become attainable. One of my favorite details about emeralds in the Victorian era, though, is that for a while they vied with diamonds for status as the engagement stone of choice, and high society types who favored emeralds would cheekily observe that
E stands for emerald, and it also stands for engaged. From common stones to precious ones, understanding the language of gems is a fascinating way to comprehend a deeper layer of meaning in Victorian culture. I hope you'll have fun sharing this list with lovers of Victoriana, with readers looking to understand their favorite stories better, and with young couples who might just be thinking about jewelry that has a deep meaning. Enjoy!
Along the rocky road to Dublin, we were swinging along, singing a song with joy, me heart was bubbling, with Cordelia by me side. Sure, every time I look in her roguish eyes of Irish blue, I couldn't help but feel very proud that I was Irish too. All me thoughts of dear old Dublin seemed to carry me back to a rickety shack. How I'd love to be there once again. I want to be there, just like before.
Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a nice thumbs up and remember to tell your friends about my books. Happy reading!